Yeah. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today, I've got a video I'm really excited about. I have Even Northug here for an interview to keep the interview series going. Really fired up to ask him some questions and learn a little bit about the Norwegian sprint, not champion yet, but Norwegian sprint legend.
Yeah, my name is Even Northug. I'm racing for the Norwegian national team. I'm a pure sprinter, not even close to do distance races, only in the Tour de Ski. But I'm 29 years old. I'm living in Trondheim, like 1 kilometer by the tracks where we're going to race the World Championships in February and March. So and I have two bigger brothers, of course. They have been racing ski, so you heard about them, I guess. Peter and Thomas, and grew up in a farm in 2 hours north from Trondheim. So my father was a farmer, and my mother was a nurse. So it was kind of my childhood was like doing farm work, and we went skiing around the farm. We
nice.
have like my father got some land, so he groomed some slopes there. So
cool.
That's what's my very active childhood.
Perfect. Yeah. I mean, I'm glad you introduced yourself and came right to the told us about your family a little bit. You know, I obviously, it's not all I wanted to ask you about, but it's obviously interesting.
Yeah.
Like, you had 2 older brothers, obviously one who made quite a name for himself, both who made quite names for themselves in the ski world, but Petter obviously was a bit infamous. He's washed up now, as we know. But I mean, I think it's interesting to hear a little bit about like what it's like to grow up with, you know, 2 brothers, both of which who are so competitive, like skiers, and really like quite talented. Like, what can you tell us a little bit about what that was like and how you kind of made a name for yourself? Because now, I mean, you know, you're on top.
Yeah.
Right. You're the Northug.
So I can answer it when.
We'll wait for the bus to go away.
We do. We wait for the bus.
Yeah.
I need the time.
Seriously.
Yeah, my older brothers, like Petter and Thomas, is like been my. I've been looking up to them. So they are like they raced skiing, and they were doing a lot of sports, and we were like competing in like everything.
Yeah, of course.
Because it was like far away to our like friends.
Yeah.
So we always like stick together, and we had to, if we would do something fun, we had to do it home in the
with each other
in the farm. So it was like a lot of competitions, and also skiing in the winter, but football in the summer, running, so like everything, and like we. And also inside the house, it was like my mother said it was kind of mess. And we, it was the energy level was high all the time. So, and when I was getting older, I was kind of talented when I was 10, 11 years old, and but when I was kind of 13, 14, I was kind of was getting a little fat.
Okay.
Like but was not
growing out.
Growing out. Yeah.
Yeah.
So then I had some years it was not so fun to race because it was not so fun to be far away from the best skiers in the region.
Yeah.
And when I was in that age, I was in the 15, 16. I got growing up. And
That's good.
It was funnier to train.
Yeah.
And also it was like the prime time for my brother Petter. He was doing. I was watching the World Championships in Oslo in 2011.
That was legend.
Yeah, maybe it's like peak World Ski
Yeah.
Championships. It was and yeah, it was very special to look him race there, and also like a huge inspiration for me. I get to. Yeah, I was not traveling so much to look at him, but I was some places to watch races and getting inspired to do it by myself. So when I was 17, I chose to go to the college in Meråker. It's like a ski college.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So after that it has been for me ups and downs, but I was not. To come to the national team and to like be a World Cup racer every single weekend. I was 25, 26 years old, so it took me it took me a while to be that good.
Right.
So
Yeah, I mean that kind of makes sense. I feel like a lot of Norwegians, it takes some time. I mean, or else there's just up and downs. I mean, especially, another thing I was excited to ask you a little bit about is like, as we know, the Norwegian ski culture, it's so competitive.
Yeah.
And you have so many people like just chomping at the bit.
Yeah.
Trying to come onto the World Cup, trying to come onto the next level every time. So, I think it must be hard to, or I don't know, what's been your experience with like, coming to the World Cup knowing that your position there isn't always guaranteed.
No, it's kind of very. It's very tough, and it's we need to be that good all the season.
Yeah.
So it's I kind of like it.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be. You can't fooling around some weeks. Then you're. The shape is bad. It's,
you go home.
I'm only punishing myself.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I can last season I had in the World Cup I had one quarterfinal exit, and that was enough to not get on the Tour de Ski team.
Wow.
And then then I had to go back to the Norwegian Cup.
Oh jeez.
And Scandinavian Cup to fight back in the team.
Crazy.
And I also get on the podium in Oberhof.
Yeah.
But I was not in the team in Goms in the sprint skate. So it's because the World Cups, the sprints in Toblach are more to be on the team. They are more important than Scandinavian Cup.
Right.
So it's kind of last season was for me a very good season. I was in good shape.
Yeah.
But I had the one quarterfinal exit in Trondheim.
Yeah.
Maybe some nerves in the hometown, so I was a bad sprinter, and then it's out of the team.
Oh, it's so brutal.
So then, but you have to also deal with it.
Yeah. I mean, it's an interesting thing. I talk about on the channel a lot, like sprinting tactics, and it's something I struggle a lot with.
Yeah.
Like especially just through my whole career. I'm getting a little better now, but my first season on the World Cup, I quarterfinal exited every single race. Never made it through a quarterfinal, but I could qualify in the top 10. So I just had such a hard time.
Yeah.
And I noticed I was going through your FIS app,
Yeah.
doing a little research, and I noticed exactly what you're alluding to. In all your World Cup starts, you've been in the final 50% of the time.
Really?
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Yeah, I didn't know.
Yeah, I'm curious. Is that how it feels, or is that kind of a surprising stat to you?
It was. I know I'm in the last years I have some good statistics, but I didn't know it was 50%. That was
your whole career.
Surprising. So
pretty cool.
Yeah, that was a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, so then what I think would be fun to hear from you, really, especially for like my American fans.
Yeah.
Like in the U.S., the sprinting level isn't as high, so the tactics are different. And I'm just curious if you had to take a stab at why you are so good at moving through heats and always being there. I mean, a perfect example is this weekend. Maybe we'll show a little clip. But this weekend, I thought I had you.
Yeah.
I had you in the quarterfinal, and then I thought I had you in the semifinal, and you came right there and out-lunged me and made it right through, and you were in the final just like that. Which I'm not bitter,
No,
but
I see.
I'm curious what Is it something you work on, or is it something that you've always been able to do, or how does that feel?
Okay, I've been always. I'm a tactic guy.
A tactician?
Yeah, tactician. Yeah, so but I have used a lot of time on it.
Yeah.
I'm yeah. I can. I will. I always look at World Cup sprint in repeat to see is there anything I can learn about this? Was I'm doing anything wrong? Even if I had a very good day,
Yeah.
I feel like I have something that I could do better. And you always feel like of course, you always feel it's even the races you're doing very good. You could do something better.
Oh yeah.
And and I'm also looking up to like Johannes. He never came into some crashes or broken poles.
Never. Yeah.
Of course, he's so good, but it's and it's also kind of my physical I have maybe an advance, if it's called that.
Like a advantage.
Advantage.
Physical advantage.
Physical advantage. It's like the kind of like the 5 to 10 seconds sprinting during a heat.
Totally.
So I can use it to get like I felt sometimes I can do like a move from 6th position to second or first if I want to in even very few seconds. And then it's kind of important for me to look in the track. Where can I take that positions when it's cost me not so much energy because I want the energy to the finish line.
Yeah.
So it's like reading the sprint course.
Yeah.
And also I've been looking at a lot of sprint races, even if I'm not doing racing myself.
Yeah.
And I can look in like in the summer if I'm bored. I can go into and look at some sprint hits.
Oh, cool.
Cause like preparing for winter. And this year we saw the World Cup sprint in Trondheim. Look at that. Use it for learning into the World Championships. Is there anything? I can take out from that looking to use it in the World Championships.
Totally. Yeah. I mean, that's a true champion's mindset. I think like just looking for the tactics out there and how you can optimize them for yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I personally, at least early in my career, was very guilty of looking at the tactics and seeing how it was gonna be bad for me.
Yeah.
Like I would so often look at a World Cup race recap or something, and I would see that every heat was coming down to the final sprint, and I didn't believe I was good in the final sprint, So I would sort of like fixate on the bad things, but I think sounds to me like you are able to look at a sprint course and see where your strengths are out on the field and how you can capitalize, which is cool. I mean, obviously it works quite well for you. So and of course also it's kind of I feel the level is so high now, so it's kind of it's not room for so much. You can't do so much wrong in a heat to like suddenly are out if you're doing a miss. So but that's very cool too. Yeah. No, the level is high, and I mean it's pretty wild, especially with Johannes racing, how few mistakes you're able to make and still advance and do what you want to do. I'm curious, is that like a mindset that you learned from Petter or Thomas, or is that sort of a little bit unique to you?
Like I think a lot of like my I can't compare to my brother Peter.
Of course you can.
But I can. But
in
like
sprinting,
I can't. I can't. Sometimes I try to be him. But that's not working. But
that doesn't work.
I can learn from him. I always talk to him by tactics, and I've learned a lot of him about like mentality in racing, yeah, how he is thinking in mass starts and sprint heats. For me, it's like very good learning. He has like kind of this. It's so inspiring to talk with someone with like it's a so hard winner mentality.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get there, and I'm always pushing it too. But for him, it's so natural.
Yeah.
It's like even though he's not thinking about anything else than like winning.
Totally. Yeah.
So it's like, so that's where I learned to him. I can be more. It's if I'm was only me, Evan,
Yeah.
I can be more like negative.
Yeah.
If I'm feeling bad or
Totally.
something.
Yeah.
But even in my like bad days, I can. Yeah, he has learned me to never give up. It's like yeah, yeah. It's this I was learning a lot when I'm. He was doing like private team
Yeah. Yeah.
outside of the national team
Yep.
some years, and then I was with him. I was a junior,
Mm-hmm.
and I like stayed with him in.
Oh, cool.
And I was always. He was always taking the bad. Now taking the choices who is good for him.
Yeah.
Not he was not thinking so much about the other guys.
Totally.
The his biggest competition, what do you call it?
His strength.
Yeah, I mean the rivals, biggest
Oh, his
rivals.
biggest rivals,
Yeah,
yeah,
biggest rivals. He
competitors,
was
yeah.
not even care about what they doing.
Yeah.
He was, and I think that's a very. That's something I have learned, that I have to look at the things I can do something with, not what Johannes will do today.
Totally.
I can not,
Yeah.
and yeah. And then what's yeah, maybe the best example I
Yeah.
have from Peter. I can have one. It's like a fun one, like taking good choices. It was like in this was in the 2015 season when he won 4 gold medals in Falun.
Yeah. Yeah.
We were in Valsenales. I stayed on a room with him, and he was like tired. He was had training too hard before the altitude camp,
Yeah.
and then he had 18 days with rest on that camp.
Wow.
With lying in bed, and was like, yeah, I was asking him. I stopped asking after a few days, but like after day 14, it was like, yeah, do you train today? No. And it was like, then he hasn't touched his, yeah, hasn't moved yet, and he felt for no training today.
Wow.
And then it's like, yeah, every day outside our hotel room, it's like Legco, Sundby, his rivals
Oh yeah.
doing their training, and he was like so. But it was also like he needed the altitude. It was better to stay in the altitude. He had
Right.
that was his theory. So that was very impressed, because that season he had he's very big in Norway, so he had got like a pressure,
Yeah.
because
pressure,
it was
for
so
sure.
after he crashed the car
Oh
in
yeah.
2014.
Right. Yeah.
So it was like he had something to prove that
Yeah.
season. So it was like a special season for him.
Right.
So
Yeah.
that
That's
was
remarkable.
maybe a training camp I like. It's weird to say, but learned
Yeah.
very much by, and then it's about like the not the training but the mentality.
Yeah.
So,
No, that's I mean something I'll probably think about too. It's so, I mean, it's exactly what you say. Like he or you or all of us when we're performing at our best aren't thinking about. We're not looking around seeing what everybody else is doing. We're thinking about what we can do
Yeah.
to be the best version of ourselves,
Yeah.
and it's remarkable to be able to do that at your low points.
Yeah.
You know, because for
That's-
me, at my low points, all I can see is what everybody else is doing.
yeah,
And what I should be doing or what I wanted to be
Yeah.
doing or et cetera, et cetera. So it's remarkable to just sort of be able to say, nope, I'm going to listen to my body and
yeah,
do what's going to be the best for me, and then have it work out too.
yeah.
Especially with that level of pressure. I mean,
Yeah,
that's insane.
and it's like, and it's also October then, so
Yeah.
they had qualifying races.
Yeah. This bus.
The bus again.
The bus again. So The other people I interviewed this year were Nadine and Cyril on the Fanrich on the
Yeah.
Swiss team,
Yeah.
and their siblings.
Yeah.
You know, so I think it's fun to hear how they kind of help each other.
Yeah.
And my older sister also was a skier.
Yeah.
She was quite good. She raced the World Cup for a few years.
Yeah.
So I learned a lot from her, and
Yeah.
I think it's cool how like you can learn so much from your family.
Yeah.
Because you know,
It's a lot. I think it's for me. It's like much easier to learn from family
yeah,
than others.
totally, yeah,
Kind of yeah. Uh, I don't call it shy, but like I'm not a guy in like asking everybody how what
Yeah.
they're doing and
Yeah.
kind of that. So it's better to it's so I'm lucky to have
totally.
like Petter and Thomas then
Yeah.
to learn
Yeah,
everything
and help
from
you
them.
out, and it's worked remarkably well for you.
Yeah, I've always been like a patient guy, so
Yeah.
it's like I've been like struggling for many years, and it's kind of course when you're when I'm having my name, it's like always been questions about
Yeah,
it.
of
When
course.
do you
Yeah.
come and
Yeah. When I came straight here and called you Petter.
yeah, it's like they have. I have been very good to like accept that as a Petter is Petter, and
Right.
but like
Totally.
everybody else, like Norwegian newspapers, media,
Yeah.
or like when I was very young, there was like it was a feeling. It was they were waiting for me to be
Yeah.
so good as Petter. So it's like kind of. I think for me, I have never like it hasn't been any problem for me, but
Okay.
my parents
Yeah.
they've been like yeah, kind of worried because
Yeah.
it's like there is so much question about
Pressure
that,
and,
and they are like only want me to do my thing and have my progression and be
Yeah.
the skier that I am today. So they have, and I think the reason that that has been going good for me, but the pressure. It's their parents have been very kind to me in that way. They are
Yeah.
talking to me about it. So it's like yeah, because it's in Norway Petter is like one of still maybe the
Yeah.
biggest
Biggest star.
the
yeah.
star in
Yeah.
like sports and
Mhm.
winter sports. So
Yeah. I mean, it comes back to the family thing too. You know, like just like how it's easiest to learn from your siblings and your family members. I think it's also, you know, the way that your family members see you, or at least for me, is the most important. You
Yeah.
know, so I think
It
it
is.
sounds like you're saying if the fact that your parents weren't sitting around waiting for you to be the next Petter
No,
means that you were able to sort of like cast aside all the pressure from the media and stuff,
Yeah,
which is nice. I mean,
yeah, I think that was
that's really cool.
I'm very lucky about that
Yeah.
because you can see like in Norway you can see like we call it crazy parents.
Yes, it's
It's
everywhere.
like pushing their kids for
Yeah.
like, come on.
Totally.
But like to us, they've never been like that.
Yeah.
I had really the free choice to. Then there is a lot of people don't believe this, but like for me it's weird that's like because they think that my parents has like pushing this, but
Yeah.
when I was we in like if you want to do sports in Norway, you do like a choice when you're choosing the college.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
can do like a
Right.
ski college. Then I was like, then when I was choosing that, it was like 100% my own choice, and I didn't felt any like pressure, and it was only support behind my choice then. So
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
I know there's a lot of media out there about your brothers and how they are as competitors and as athletes, but I'm curious how you would rank yourself on the scale of, you know, like you have some athletes that are so like what you might call type A, like really dialed and very neurotic about like specific
Yeah.
training and
I
everything,
see.
and then you have the scale of
Yeah.
people who just sort of do random things and
Yeah.
end up being in shape. And I'm curious where you place yourself on that scale. You know,
Kind of. I'm not like the. I'm not the guy who getting stressed.
yeah,
I have. I like plans. I like doing things, but I'm very up to like changing them.
Mhm.
I have a very belief in what I'm doing,
Mhm.
so I'm like I have a calm to
Yeah.
what I'm doing in the training.
yeah,
I'm not the guy who, if the dinner is not good enough, the evening before a race,
yeah,
I am the guy who I feel it's okay for me.
Yeah, good.
I can eat it and there is no problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, also in the other way, I'm very like seeing a lot of like old training data.
yeah,
I'm very in that point. I'm more like a nerd.
yeah.
When I think it's so interesting about
Mhm.
training and how will I be a like best sprinter
Yeah.
this season?
Totally.
How
Yeah.
will I prepare best for that
Yeah.
race? So it's
Yeah.
like in that way I'm very curious and like that. But I'm also have the calm. I
Mhm.
love to I need my vacation in
Totally.
the spring. I'm not getting if something is not getting planned. I'm not getting so stressed. So
Yeah.
I'm very I'm
So
very
you walk the
calm.
line down the middle, maybe.
Yeah, down the middle.
Yeah. You're capable of sort of checking all the boxes and
Yeah.
being that athlete when it's beneficial, but then when it's not, then you can sort of just let go a little bit.
It's like
I
the
think that's good.
yeah, and that's the most. It's the fundamental that like the
Yeah.
training. I believe in that. That's what's getting. That's what's getting me to be the athlete I am.
Mhm. Totally.
Not if I'm eating the white rice or the
Yeah.
brown rice. I'm not there. So
Right.
it's like
Yeah.
I feel like the
Totally.
training is most
Yeah.
important. Yeah.
It's so fun with like being a cross country skier because I don't think that either end of the spectrum is better.
No.
You know, like in the U.S., there's all this. You know, you hear about all these basketball players,
Yeah.
like the Kobe Bryant, like the Kobe
Yeah.
mentality,
Yeah.
and he's like waking up at 4 a.m.
Yeah.
to like shoot hoops,
Yeah.
and it's like you just can't do that as a skier.
No.
You know, like there's a limit to what you can do,
Yeah. It is.
and if you do too much, you'll be worse. You know, so
that
I think it's fun.
I've learned that like
Yeah.
when I was like early 20s. I
Mhm.
was struggling to getting better and better, but
Yeah.
I was really getting better and better. Training too hard, doing
Yeah.
too much things.
Yeah.
I guess it was like, and it all ending up in like maybe I didn't have that 100% belief in
Right.
what I'm doing.
Totally.
From
Yeah.
like if I'm starting to train in June,
Mhm.
I get this plan and this is what I'm believing in.
Yeah.
We will get me in the best shape this winter.
Yeah.
And then I do that, not changing plans after 1 month, seeing athletes doing that. There
Mhm.
is training trends. So I think that that's the most the important thing I've learned. It's like to have that belief in what you're doing by
Cool.
yourself. You can do, we say you can move mountains, and you just have to believe what you're doing,
Yeah.
and you can train, whatever what, just believe in it.
Mhm. Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. I think that's a perfect way to end this. This just before I let you go, this interview is presented by a company, a sponsor of mine.
Yeah.
And maybe you've seen on my Instagram, but they make these water bottles.
Yeah.
And I don't know if do you bike much? Like cycling?
Something in the summer.
Okay,
yeah,
perfect. So this is a stainless steel bottle that's designed to go in a bike water bottle cage.
Yeah. Nice.
So it'll like clip in on your bike, and I'll show you it. The way it works is it has this like venting mechanism.
Yeah.
So when you pull the top open,
Yeah.
right here, they pull this open.
Yeah.
It comes out really fast,
Oh, really?
and then you can like drink really fast while you're working
Yeah,
out or whatever. So yeah, Bivo, and I'd put this little cap on, but this comes right off.
Yeah.
If
Okay.
you don't want it.
Yeah.
But it's nice for any traveling and stuff. So
Cool.
Yeah, that's for you. Thank you so much for coming on the
Thank you so much.
channel.
That
Much
was,
appreciated.
I
Yeah.
will use this in my summer training at
Yeah.
the bike.
Please do, and let me
Yeah.
know what you think of it.
Yeah,
And
of
if you ever
course.
need another one or want one for Petter and
Yeah.
Thomas, then let me know.
I will do.
I'll get them.
Yes.
Cheers. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah. That was sweet.